APC na the only party, when go make Nigeria better again, na the only party.
Please, can we all play the eye, please? Please, everybody here, please, let's move.
A lot of people have come out and said whether it's Peter Obi or not, that the Biafrans are not interested in any ADC. All what they want is Biafra.
Yes, of course, that is the dream of every Biafran all over the world, including me. Yes, that is the fact. But we cannot continue to be where we are without moving forward. You know, we are talking about those who are political actors, or who are Biafran political actors in Nigeria. You can't tell me that Peter Obi is a Yoruba man and Hausa man, but no, you know, and as much as his energy is not driven, we might not even know that his energy is not driven towards Biafra. You might not even know. Nobody can come and tell you, you know, you understand? Because every Biafran, every governor, every Igbo man, wherever you are an IPOB person. That is one. Then, secondly, the Igbos must understand this very well. You know, that in as much as the struggle for restoration of Biafra is overwhelming, we must not lose sight of the political conquest, using our forces as governors, as senators, to resist it there, wherever they are holding their meeting until Biafra comes. And that is the reason why, you know, they should understand the need at this point in time to balance this political push of conquest against the Igbos. See, if they conquer you politically, if you are not there when the meetings have been done, they can decide to one day and wake up in the morning and land bomb on you. And everybody will run a skater. You were not there when the meeting was held. While we are trying to get global attention to Biafra, we also will not lose sight on the aspect of political conquest, and the only way we can release it, you know, is to, you know, not to put our eggs in one basket.
And it's looking as if the likes of Atiku, Rufai, and Peter Obi, Amechi will be adopting ADC as the party for 2027. And at the same time, Peter Obi has declared his interest, you know, to go for one term. What's your take as regards, you know, Tinubu squashing and trashing the new ADA party?
Well, if that what is ADA was just to destroy the consciousness of the INEC, you know, and also look at INEC, you know, properly, whether they are going to dance another dance 2027, you know. So when they destroyed it, they discovered a lot of things, and they has not been shut down, and that has not been shut down completely, you know. Alliance for Democratic, you know, all Democratic Alliance has not been shut down completely. But we are seeing a negotiation going. We are seeing a coalition not collapsing. You know, anybody is telling you the coalition is collapsing, it's not collapsing. You know, but we are seeing the spread. We are seeing the much needed heavyweight, political weight, heavyweight, both in the north, in the south, in the west, in the east. You know, storming, showing sign of, you know, struggle, showing sign of unity, showing sign of togetherness, you know, to champion that cause. Tinubu, we know, you understand, he also has his own style of being Maradonic. You know, he's a guy who knows how to play the darkest politics in the world. I can tell you, Tinubu is a master in dark politics, and that's what it means. So if you look at his approach 2027, I think he is well determined to checkmate the excesses of the northern attack on his ambition. And I can tell you, he can resort to anything at the end of the day. Because this is a man, you know, who can champion anything, convince anything, and disturb anything in the country just to win election. We saw the threat when he said Emiloko, but you cannot say Emiloko again. The Emiloko era has expired. So we are waiting for another slogan that he's going to come out with. to bamboozle Nigerians again. But the thing is that his administration is a capital failure, in all ramification. It's nothing to write home about. In fact, people might likely praise him. A lot of people might likely say he's doing good, you understand. But the yardsticks of which to measure any government dividend is on the street. And what is the street talking? The street is hungry. As simple as that. You don't need anybody. And he caused it. He brought much hunger on the street, on the people. Over 200 million people are gnashing their teeth, mourning, with INEC. Yes, they mourn INEC too. They mourn judiciary. But the problem is that, at the opposition, are they formidable enough? Would they be able, to factor their selfishness into the coalition and adopt a potential leader, to take Nigeria and start Nigeria again? Nigeria need to be taken from this demonic APC and restart it again. You see, there's nothing bad with starting. It can start from anywhere. And let me tell you, the Northeastern Alliance, the Yoruba should not feel threatened with what we are saying now, because it looks like it's going to be northern part of the country and eastern part of the country alliance. Of course, let us see. They say they know how to play the best game, this and that and that. Bro, see, the north cannot win election alone. Neither the east cannot win election. Not even the southwest can win election now. In the entire eastern part of the country, both including south. When I say eastern part, I'm talking about both their kangaroo, their manipulative south. They are using to drill the oil there. They are not comfortable with Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. So the entire southern, eastern Nigeria is gone for anybody, And if you come to southwest here, we saw what happened in the last election. The key states were taken from Bola Ahmed Tinubu anyway, But if you come to the middle belt, it's very difficult to exercise his presence there. So Tinubu is going to really sit up if he's ready for this movement that is coming. The coalition is coming with force. The coalition is coming with storm, tsunami, sweeping. I tell you, if he's you can watch this video, you can watch the video at the background, and you can see, that currently, as I'm speaking to you at this moment, Atiku and Obi is meeting. But the problem we are going to have at the end of the day is Atiku going to run? Is Atiku interested in the presidency? If Atiku is interested in the presidency, of course, the coalition will collapse, because that's what Nigerians want. So Erufai has said it very clearly. Papa Ahmed has said it very clearly. It is not the northern thing. What they are looking for, having a southern representative, a southern candidate, that will take over from this abysmal failure called APC under Tinubu's administration.
Okay, but we've heard Erufai recently said, he brought evil and is ready to send back evil. He brought Tinubu who is evil and ready to send back evil from Aso Rock. But what is going on? And Tinubu last week in Nasarawa said, that the people, some set of persons or politicians are ganging up against him, that he's ready to do whatever it takes to remain in Aso Rock. Do you not think that this will cause, more, do you not think that 2027 will be hotter than 2023?
Well, of course, that is what when it's getting close like this. There is this political atmosphere everywhere, and there's this alignment, realignment. There's this gang up, there's this logistics. But this is the best time the politicians move money. To where they want to move the money to. This is where they lodge whatever they want to lodge. This is where they want to, appoint whoever to back it up financially. So this is the time for, underground campaign, and we can see the current is growing underground. And so the game have started already, and it's already affecting Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 2 years in office, badly, because now he's seriously in panic, because what he's saying, he did not believe it. But for the sake of the viewers who are watching this platform, please, I want you to share this video, anywhere you find yourself, and maybe you have a proper picture of what the coalition is talking about. We're not talking about the need for you to understand this thing clearly. This is not a matter of Nigeria disintegrating or Biafra coming. This is not a Biafran thing. We are interpreting and giving you information about the developments of Nigerian political space for now, so that you'll be able to understand and begin to see. No knowledge is lost. No knowledge whatsoever is lost. But the style of this coalition makes it very dangerous for the ruling party now, because the structure they are coming up with we've never seen it anywhere in Nigeria. Based on my calculation, we are seeing Erufai leading the SDP. We are seeing Peter Obi leading the Labour Party. We are seeing ADC. We are seeing ADA. We are seeing ADA. We are seeing NNPP. So even though there was this rumor is coming, nobody knows, But by the time all these major forces come together and be able to push one candidate, and that candidate, Nigerians are believing 100% sure that definitely Peter Obi is going to fly the flag of any party they are going to choose to adopt. Of any party the coalition adopts. It can be Labour Party, it can be ADC, it can be PDP, it can whatever it is, they will collapse their structure to the victory of that coalition. And that is what Nigerians are seeking. And Nigerians are overwhelmed. People are surprised that Peter Obi's popularity is keep on swelling in the north. And a lot of people don't know how it works. How this is more, but I can tell you that when you see something that is ripe, something that has something upstairs, something that feels like this guy, maybe they'll just give him an opportunity. He seems to have something to offer, but his antecedents speaks for him. He has a good record. He has not been indicted by EFCC anytime, any day. He's the only man in the history of Nigeria to have left $150 million in the coffers of Anambra, left more than 50 or 75 billion in that account of Anambra. No governor have ever done it. And with apart from that, it has most of salaries to be paid left. Everything was calculated. He left the office, without any form of misappropriation. That is what the kind of integrity we are seeking. Maybe he can be able to, put Nigeria to the right direction once more.
Okay, but Bala Mohammed, being petitioned as by the EFCC as regards was squandering the state of over 50 billion naira. They said he used about 30 billion. He used about 50 bank account to carry out this contract using his family's name, and it's as if Tinubu have ordered the EFCC to go after him.
There will always other EFCC because all they are at the end of the day they will enter plea again and the money is gone. None of them is a sign. The Tinubu is ordering of EFCC. What is he doing in St. Lucia for 10 days? And there's this rumor reported that, of course, something is going on there. And the FBI might keep their eyes on him. Yes, because you don't know what he went to a nation with a population less than 200,000. Just ordering one street in Lagos. I don't know what he went there to do. So it tells you, there might be some kind of, something going on that's related to, Aluta Continua. So this is something we have to understand that if he's ordering, yes, corruption charges should be taken up by EFCC. If EFCC, if they are truly independent, if they are not an ordered dog, it's an independent dog. They only back when the organs are back. They are not independent, just like Nigeria Judicial and the INEC. That's what it is. So let them feel that okay, he's in the opposition. Let us bring him down. He's the only outspoken PDP man, governor in the world in Nigeria. Let us tackle him and let us squeeze him to submission. Well, if that's the campaign, so be it. But let Nigerians be genuinely involved in finding out whether it is victimization or the case of true misappropriation. Yes, these governors are, there's no doubt about it. They are all extremely corrupt.
Okay, thank you very much. A lot of people have come out and said whether it's Peter Obi or not, that the Biafrans are not are not interested in any ADC. All what they want is Biafra.
Yes, like, of course, that is the dream of every Biafran all over the world, including me. Yes, that is the fact. But we cannot continue to be where we are without moving forward. You know, we are talking about those who are political actors, or who are Biafran political actors in Nigeria. You can't tell me that P2B is a Yoruba man and Hausa man, but no, you know, and as much as his energy is not driven, we might not even know that his energy is not driven towards Biafra. You might not even know. Nobody can come and tell you, you know, you understand? Because every Biafran, every governor, every Igbo man, wherever you are an IPOB person. That is one. Then, secondly, the Igbos must understand this very well. You know, that is as much as the struggle for restoration of Biafra is overwhelming, we must not lose sight of the political conquest, using our forces as governors, as senators, to resist it there, wherever they are holding their meeting until Biafra comes. And that is the reason why, you know, they should understand the need at this point in time to balance this political push of conquest against the Igbos. See, if they conquer you politically, if you are not there when the meetings have been done, they can decide to one day and wake up in the morning and land bomb on you. And everybody will run a skater. You were not there when the meeting was held. While we are trying to get global attention to Biafra, we also will not lose sight on the aspect of political conquest, and the only way we can release it, you know, is to, you know, not to put our eggs in one basket.
We have gotten reports of the incessant theft of crops and farm produce in different communities across the state by criminal elements. The state government is also in receipt of multiple complaints of the destruction of crops and farms by livestock. None of this is acceptable. We have therefore directed the commissioners for agriculture, local government and chieftaincy affairs, and the Senior Special Assistant of Homeland Security to work with the security agencies, traditional rulers, and heads of town unions across the state to develop modalities for putting an immediate stop to all forms of threats to agriculture and food production in any part of the states. Abia, like I had mentioned before, is welcoming to anyone who is capable of adding value to our economy. We shall, however, invoke the full machinery of the law to deal decisively with anyone whose actions threaten our economic prospects or damage the enterprise of our hardworking men and women. Some people who had tested our will in the past can confirm that they didn't and have not found it easy. That is, if they are alive to tell the story. And we have no choice but to rebuild it. As we do that, we have no doubt that a lot of people who are uncomfortable with our style will fight. But just like recorded in the Bible, they will fight you. But at the end of the day, they will lose. So we are not afraid of people coming to fight us. But we know we are standing on the right path of history. And we are ensuring that our money, collective money, is used to develop our state. Gone are the days where the monies of the state were shared to individuals. People they call stakeholders. So part of the fight that you see is because we are not sharing money to stakeholders. And the earlier they decide on what next to do, the better, because we will never share money. But I'm very happy that you can see. Thank you. You can see what your money is doing. Those monies that never existed, somehow they have come out. And we are using them to work for you. So I would like to call on you to continue to support this government, like my friend and brother Chidi. And I'm sure that in no distant future, that this place will be the destination for everything, whether call it business.
We had a pressure from northern governors, emirs, and he resisted them. Another one came from Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He resisted Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that he doesn't want anything and he's not in any alliance with any Fulani, and he wants to run this Abia State. So, name them. Are you talking about Muifru? Are you talking about Topu Zodima? Are you talking about Soludo? Look at Soludo.
These Fulani elders and criminals, perpetrating evil acts as against, killing people on their farms, destroying their properties and what have you in Abia State. But we've seen the Fulani now, they are crying bitterly. They said Alex Otti has vowed or is using the ESN, to attack them. What is your take as regards?
Attack. And that is why we have somebody like Alex Otti as the governor of that state. He's not in any alliance with anybody. He doesn't have any godfather. And we have continued to check his record and monitor his activities as governor in that state. And we discovered that he's the only governor in the eastern part of the country currently now that does not have any link with any Fulani emirs, Fulani leaders, or Fulani political class, or Fulani kingmakers, whatever you might call them. This is a man the Abia people came out, wholeheartedly fought for. And at least we know that at a point during that election, a gubernatorial election in Abia State, that a woman sacrificed his life for Alex Otti to emerge. And now that Abians are breathing some level of leadership, breathing fresh air of leadership, even though we are still looking at Otti's antecedents to do more, there's massive resistance to that for anything to stop him from doing his work. You can see the kind of pressure that is coming from the presidency and from everywhere, and he resisted it, meaning that he stood alone and took that leadership. So from that, he has what it takes to resist any influence of any agenda, Fulani agenda in that state. And the infiltration we are seeing currently in that state, as we are talking to you presently, we are going to hold Benjamin Kalu, the deputy speaker, responsible. We are going to hold Odzo Kalu, responsible. We are going to hold every one of them. We know that I have been signaling, opening up the Fulani channels in that state. Can such thing actually happen in the north, in any part of the northern state? No, it cannot happen. They restrict their this thing to their religious belief and to their political class. Then why would we always now open to something that the whole world is against? Let them go and do their ranching in their respective states. And coming to Abia State, you are killing people. Look at what happened in a place like Mpa. Look at what is happening in Obingwa. And these are people that you cannot, just take for granted. And any day there's going to be a serious uprising. They're going to turn this situation, to do something Nigerian government and Nigeria as a whole, including the North, will not be able to believe. The Abians are not joking. Everybody is angry in the North. Every youth, everybody, as I can tell you, because that is the headquarters of the IPOB leader. That's where the IPOB leader himself, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, came from. And that state belongs to God. It is called God's own state. and we don't want any a thing, that will disrupt the process of leadership we are trying to observe whether actually Alex Otti will offer. But from what you are seeing about Alex Otti gradually, I think he's moving towards that direction. We had a pressure from northern governors, emirs, and he resisted them. Another one came from Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He resisted Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that he doesn't want anything and he's not in any alliance with any Fulani, and he wants to run this Abia State. So name them. Are you talking about Muifuru? Are you talking about Topuz Odema? Are you talking about Soludo? Look at Soludo. He came out recently and said that the Yanadua family promised me governor. The other man said, Abba Kyari made me governor. So you can see the link. You can see how these guys are undergoing pure political conquest against the Easterners. What you're seeing is there. What you're seeing, these governors are planted by these people, so that when they carry out their nefarious, activities of invasion, conquest, ethnic cleansing, extermination of the indigenous people, they will not be able to talk, and that is what we're experiencing now. Apart from Otti, who has set it up, structurally, that he know where to press, the button to press, what to touch, and there will be action in that regard. So the Fulanis are crying, and they will continue to cry. Abia State is not a place for them at all, and can never be a place for them. And ESN was founded in that state, and that is where ESN will see the last thing to happen in that place, because Mazin Nnamdi Kanu's return to Abia State will be something that has to be condoned of any footstep, any form of footstep, that has to do with Fulani, S-men, bandits, jihadists in that state will be totally wiped out, and it's ongoing, unchecked. Yes, I can tell you, ISN is unstoppable in Abia State. Nothing can stop them. And I want, even though Alex Otti is planning to, establish some common of, forest guards or whatever it is, he's trying to do at this point in time. Okay, it's commendable, but I can tell you, within the space, the vacant space, Abia communities and forests, the ASN has done, some jobs that when you look at it,